I continue my read from Malidoma Patrice Somme's of Water in the Spirit. It is 1:48 a.m. My sister came in and greeted me in French once again. She sounded a lot more excited than she had the day before. I asked her where she had learned French. Nous Carishian Lita Porogam, she said eagerly. The priest on the hill teach kids read write. Want see write name me? She picked up a stick and began scribbling on the dirt floor. I motioned for her to stop. She appeared disappointed, as if I had robbed her of something important. I inquired about the priest on the hill, who I assumed was my nemesis, Father Mallet. Gone home, she said. Kids started filling up the room. I recognized some of them as the ones who had been sitting next to me the evening before when I arrived home. I asked my sister who they were. Brothers of yours, sisters of yours. There were 5 of them, 4 brothers and a sister. I had been largely replaced. In the traditional world, fecundity is the yardstick by which loss is compensated. Having children means being blessed by the gods and the ancestors. 4 brothers and a sister testified to the fact that my parents had prayed a lot for replacement kids. That was how I felt in my heart, looking at all of them. It was impossible to tell how old anyone was. The oldest among them was called Laurent. He seemed unsure about how he fit into the whole thing, as if the general excitement caused by my arrival were beside the point. He always stood a little distance away. The others had no problem enjoying the distraction my homecoming had caused. They all bore Christian names: Gaillon, Cyril, Didi, Martinet, and they looked Christian too, with all the medals they wore around their necks. The church's brainwashing had been going on in this corner of the traditional world, only at a slower pace. So it's really disheartening. He came home. He sees that his parents had all these children, as if they really tried to move on. This is how children feel sometimes when they're adopted, and then they find their birth parents, and they see they had more children, so they sometimes feel like, well, why did you give me away? So he's looking at all these children and saying, damn, they really moved on. And then he comes back and he sees the tradition is being wiped away. That culture is being taken over by Christians. And all his siblings are so happy to be learning French. I forget Dagara, right? Forget the language. Then they have all these Christian names. And this is how some of us feel when we meet Africans, that are born on the continent. And they have these Christian names. I always ask them, what is your African name? You don't even look like a Margaret or Michael. You don't. You look like Olushola. You look like a Okesheku, Tobeshuku, Adebayo. I mean, when you see Asian people and they look like, they have their names. When they have these, I don't know, maybe the same thing happened to them too. It's just crazy. We all need to go back. I know my barber, when he cut my hair, he was saying we all need to go back. We're trying so hard to go forward, and we need to go back to what we know. And so Malidoma Patrice Some is getting reacclimated into his family. He's trying to fit in, and he's been westernized. He's been Christianized. He's been colonized. He's been removed from his culture. But he's seeing how his culture is changing due to Christianity. Well, I'm happy to say a lot of us are embracing our culture once again and moving back into it and learning more about it, it's going to take a conscious effort to get us back to who we are. Yeah, it's going to take some work, conscious effort to get us back there.